Do-do-do-do, it's Camdork.
Hello everyone, this is Chemdork and welcome to episode 38 of season 2 of my Buildcraft, where we are playing Minecraft with the mods Buildcraft, Thermal Expansion, and Forestry installed. Welcome back as always, guys. Last episode, we will just kind of take it from last episode where we were putting in these two tree farms. I thought it would be a good idea to show you kind of the full process of putting in the tree farm. Ooh, butterfly. Putting in these two tree farms and automating them. I just thought, why not, right? So you see, this one is for papayas. We're growing some fruit, so we can get some fruit juice that we can turn into ethanol. And then for the second part of that, these are saplings that are also going to be used for ethanol. And recall a few episodes ago, we put in a somewhere in there an automated mulcher, basically, that runs off of wheat. So we are all set for automating this sucker. The one last thing I wanted to tie up before going into setting up these things are these things. That would be saplings. So these are the machines that are going to give us ethanol. We're going to do that in this episode. But I also wanted to go over the fact that I turned, well, here, wait. I'll use the treealizer. I turned these, which were our saplings that were growing up there, into this, which is much better. The problem here, well, the good thing was that we had a high saplings drop rate. These blue mahos had a decent number of leaves. It has a high sappiness, which means that each sapling gives you a lot of biomass. The problem here was that it had a very slow mature rate, so it takes forever for them to grow, which means the sapling production overall is actually not really that good at all. So I needed to get that faster, and it turns out all vanilla trees have this faster matures rate. So I basically crossed these two, ended up getting something that I could cross with the blue maho again. So I got this balsa spruce hybrid, but it had what I was looking for when I crossed them was that the offspring that I wanted needed to have in the saplings, and one of these needed to be high, one of the sappiness needed to be high, and I needed to have one of these be faster mature rate. So I got that in this sapling, which I then crossed. This was crossed again with the original, and then eventually I wanted to get a blue maho, and that's what I got, which is this. And it's a high saplings, faster matures rate, high sappiness rate. So I don't have them, they're not actually in the farm right now. I'll have to switch them over, but that will solve that saplings issue. All right, so that's that. Let's go in here. Let's get going now. So let's put some machines in first. Down here, we're gonna put them right. We're gonna put this automated ethanol production kind of right across from the automated fuel production. And so last time we set up these two chests. So actually, we're getting a lot of saplings now. But that's because trees are growing. Once a tree grows, it just boom, it fills all the way up. This will automatically stop the farm from growing once we have greater than 75% saplings in here. Just the same way as papayas, they will never, we can never have enough papayas. Or at least we can actually have enough papayas. And the whole system's going to sort of work like that. But what we'll need to put in is some of these machines. And these three machines, they need to have well, we need a squeezer. A squeezer is going to be for, yeah, I'm going to put it right here. All right, let's get rid of this. Squeezer is going to have, be the one to make the fruit juice. And we're going to squeeze that into the fermenter, which is going to use fruit juice, water, and mulch to do its thing. And then that's going to go over to a tank of biomass where I'll hold it for a while, and then we're going to use 4 stills. I think that should be enough, but I'm going to give myself some room to expand if I need to more stills. But actually what I could do if I need to expand to more stills is just get like a second layer of them. So let's just put 4 in for now. I don't know if that's going to be the final way we're setting them up, but these are easy. You just put biomass in and power them up. And then over here in the corner is going to be where I have a power plant, a little mini power plant that's going to be supplying power to all these instruments, or machines, I should say. And we are going to use, just like here, we're going to use Buildcraft engines and Buildcraft Minecraft joules actually to power these, not the thermal expansion dynamos. We're actually not going to use those. Okay, so that's cool. That's kind of it. I'm gonna set up a few more things here. I'm gonna grab some items, and we're gonna get to automating this thing. All right. So see you in a second. Okay. Well, I got some things, and then I started to place some pipes and such, and I figured I'd bring you guys in just to show you what the progress is here. So we have a squeezer. So the squeezer is going to have a line for papayas. And then the saplings has a line to go into the fermenter. So the squeezer gets papayas, squeezes out juice, which goes into this tank, and this tank is basically a holding tank. I don't need it. I could just go direct into the fermenter, but this allows me the possibility of having alternate fluids for this fermenter in the future. Say the papaya production just isn't where I want it to be. I could also have this sort of switch over to use a different fluid every now and then, which is kind of nice as an option. We'll build that in if we need to, but as of now, we don't need to. Then the fermenter needs liquid. It also needs saplings, and then it needs mulch. So I need to have a place to put in all the items, which I think will just be this pipe from below. Will work just fine. I think it'll work just fine. I don't think you need to put it in through the side. At least I don't. I sure hope you don't need to. But I plan this is an iron pipe down here, so I'll join it up with mulch in a bit. I guess I could use a tesseract for that. Yeah, because it's kind of farish away, but that's okay. I'll worry about that in a minute. But then the output needs to go to here. This is going to be the biomass holding tank. Again, I have a tank here just in case I want to use biomass for something else. So I have it here, but it's absolutely not necessary. And then we're going to have this be pumped out to the stills. And for now, this will be the stills. They'll be right here. Doo-doo, ta-da. That's it. Okay. And then we'll power the whole thing, like I said, from a power plant right in the corner somewhere. We're in the inside of this somewhere. So anyway, let's do some logic now. So let's set up logic with the papayas, and I'll show you what I'm going to kind of do for the other guys. So the idea is that we want this squeezer to request papayas until it's full, or until it has a decent amount of resources here to do work, and then only then will we stop the asking for papayas. So we'll see this in action after we do it right away, and you'll kind of see what I mean. So I'm going to put an iron gate right here, and then I need some red pipe wire. We're going to run it right along here. Come on, red pipe wire. And then at the end here, we're going to have a alt-archic iron gate. It doesn't matter if it's an or an and gate, but this will be basically set to... crap, I do actually want an and gate. Yeah, I do want an and gate. Okay, wait, just give me 1 second. Let me grab that. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and we have a alt-archic iron and gate. Okay, so we're going to put that right here. And we're going to set this to go, we're going to set this to do a slow pump of items when the red wire is lit. So basically what that's going to mean is that if there is the red pipe signal on, do energy pulsar, as well as the pipe being empty. So this is an iron and gate, which means both of these need to be true in order for these to happen. So, energy pulsar. Okay, that's going to send out an item or so. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, good. So that tests that I can go into the squeezer pretty easily. All right, so this is basically a simple little feedback system. So, iron and gate here, what it's going to do is say if there is, and I know there's going to be, darn it. Think there's items in the inventory. Darn it. All right, I think I need an gold. I think I need a gold gate there. So let me take this out, and I will be right back because I'm gonna go get a gold gate. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay. We have to do it a little bit different for the squeezer. There's no way to tell for the squeezer for a gate here to tell that there's items here. At least not very easily with the pipe gates. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this has work signal, which the has work signal essentially is telling you there's items here. That's what the has work is telling you. So when there's items there, we're going to tell it to send out a redstone signal. I'm sorry, a red pipe wire signal when it has work. And that means that we want items to come out of here when there is no red pipe signal. And we actually need to reverse this. So instead of a red pipe signal on, it's going to be red pipe signal off. The difference, of course, is that I actually also want to not speed these up, because that means we'll get more items coming out. Now, I don't want it to just go, and just have, what's it called? And have energy pulsar on, because this will fill up all the way with papayas, and that's probably too many to fit into here. So that's why I want to set it up like this. Exactly. So when the red pipe signal is off, that means it does not have work, and it'll send out an item every 5 seconds. So this will fill up with some items, but very slowly. And I think that amount of items will be pretty perfect. You know what? Let's actually speed these guys up a little. There we go. We're gonna speed them up by 2. Let's see how fast they go, because I think I do want to have them sped up a little. 2. Okay, it'll send in like 2 then. I want them maybe a little less than 2. We'll send that many in. Well, the thing is, I can actually set this like maybe over here to speed items through, and that means that only like this will be filled with items. Okay, we can kind of do something like that. That might actually be reasonable. I'm gonna have it here and here. It's gonna be, there we go. I'm gonna do it that way. This thing's all screwed up now, but don't worry about it. All right, so there you go. There we go. Okay, good. Okay, so that'll do it. It'll fill this up with a little bit, but it's not gonna be that many items, I think. Yeah, and the items will eventually get there. So that's the important part. Okay, and anyways, that's gonna work. Let me throw that there. Okay, cool. So that's the papayas. We're gonna do something pretty similar with the fermenter, although the fermenter has a nice little status for this gate, and it's an OR gate, so any of them, one of these would be true. It is, let's wait till you see it. Okay, it has work, which means it can do stuff. Fuel, and it's got a little picture of fertilizer, so that's mulch. So that means when there's not a lot of mulch, send a signal out. Resources, which in this case is, I think it's the saplings, actually. Yeah, it is. It's saplings. So if there's not a lot of resources, we're going to say less than 25% resources. No, less than 10% resources. We're going to have it send out a blue pipe signal. Okay, so that's cool. All right, good. And then we're going to have the same thing here. When the pipe is empty and the blue pipe signal is on, so I'm just going to set this to do energy pulse. Oops, energy pulse. Okay, blue pipe signal is on and the pipe is empty. It's going to send out an item every so often. And, okay, good. That's getting there. Let's see. This is set to resources less than 10%. 10% of 64 should be like that. Okay, good. So there's only 7 there. There's not many. But it's going to send them when it needs to. All right, perfect. So that's actually working just fine. If I want to, I can set that to, you know what, I am going to set it to less than 25%. And that should work fine. Excellent. Okay, so let's put this thing, oh, well, whatever. So that should work just fine. Great. Okay, cool. And that'll just keep sending saplings until it's good to go. And then we are going to have to set up that system to go here for the liquids, and yeah. Okay, so I'll be right back. We're going to grab some things and continue setting up our automated ethanol production. Ho, guys, back, and actually I got most of the logic kind of down. Most of it's just using red pipe wire, actually. Only in one case it's using a blue pipe wire. This is most of the, like, item and liquid logic, I'll actually start from, well, I'll start from the beginning of the system and kind of explain the whole thing. So this is where my papayas lie. They only get pumped out when I have this red signal off. I kind of set this up so that it will basically transfer half a stack of papayas into the squeezer. Once it does, the squeezer now has work. It sends out a signal to say, hey, stop sending papayas, I have enough. Yeah, that's fine. And if this does nothing, it'll slowly build up papayas because of the same reason that, if you guys remember back when the potion making thing was set up, the world loads with this by default as off, and then eventually it goes and checks to see if this condition is true, and then it turns it on. So there will always be like 1 or 2 papayas that come out and go into the squeezer when my load starts, when my world starts. I don't think that's going to be a problem, plus the papayas are relatively free, kind of, so it's no big deal. Anyways, when there's fluid in the tank, so basically when it makes any fluid at all, it pushes it into here, into this holding tank, which again pushes it here. So that means if there's a backlog, I'll have then some juice. Yay! And I can do logic to sort of keep it here if I need to or whatever. We'll worry about that in a bit. For the fermenter, we need saplings, we need mulch. They're being asked for by this gate down here. When the resources are less than 25%, this will be the saplings. It sends out a blue signal, and that goes into this chest. Can I click it? Yeah, I can. With the blue signal on, and kind of slowly doles out the saplings from this chest. As you see, we are having a lot of saplings. Nice. And then the same token, this is fuel, this is the mulch signal, and that's going into this chest with a similar signal. Alright, cool. Then again, it pulls out the fluid. In that case, that will be biomass, which will accumulate here. It'll be pulled out into this tank, and then this tank will get the biomass pulled out if there's fluid in the tank, and the red pipe signal is on. What is the red pipe signal? Will be below each one of these is a little thing that says if there's space for fluid, red pipe signal. Easy, right? And that's it. And then they'll fill up with biomass, and then these are just going to pull out things when there's fluid in this tank and a red pipe signal, and the red pipe signal is signaling that there's space in here for fluid. Okay, so when this gets filled up, the red signal goes off. It no longer pulls any fluid from these stills, so the stills will back up with fluid. Eventually it'll have a no-has work signal, and that'll basically turn off the power to it, and yada yada yada. So speaking of power, that's the next step. And in order to do that, I'm actually going to dig a trench. Because in terms of what I was going to power this with, I was debating. I was debating what kind of power system I wanted here. I was just thinking about running it on combustion engines, kind of like that over there. But I thought, nah, you know what? Let's run it with biogas. Let's actually use what we make and run it with biogas. And the other thing that I'm going to do that's kind of cool is... not that. Not that. None of these are right. But I want to situate these engines so that they're facing me from the wall. So we can do that pretty easily. Just keep... Whoops. There we go. Okay, and then... yeah, let's get these guys facing the right way. There we go. Whoops. Thought this would look kind of cool. And it does. Oh, yeah. And in the middle between them... Oh, actually, I didn't need to dig that far. But this will just be... Yeah, this will just be like that. It'll just split here. Half of it will go here, and half of it will go here. And then eventually, it will not have to go here because this pipe will fill up with liquid. Okay, maybe we can, there we go. And we can easily, and the nice thing about this is also we can use gates to turn on these individually. So what I'm gonna do is actually set it up so that there's 2 sides. This first side, over here, woo, do not link them. The first side is, actually gonna output a, and go right into these 2 pieces of equipment here, the fermenter and the squeezer. It doesn't say what. It doesn't say there, but here we go. Squeezer requires 5 Minecraft joules per tick, and the fermenter requires 15. And if I can look at this, no, there's no information there. But basically, the biogas engine should put out. Whoa. I think it should put out 5 Minecraft joules per tick when given biomass. That's the idea. And then these guys, by the same token, these 4 will run the stills. So let's put them here. Stills require 5 each. So if I look back at our little here, it says still requires 5 million Minecraft joules per tick. So basically 1 biogas engine per still, and one of these biogas engines is going to be for the squeezer, and the 3 are going to run the fermenter, but in total they're putting out 20 Minecraft joules per tick and 20 over here. So that's the idea. Looks cool as well. All right. So let's go ahead and set up the logic now. I will, for that, I will be right back, though. I need to gather some stuff. All right, see you in a second. Okay, guys, it's time for power. We're going to take this kind of in a stepwise manner. We're first going to do the left side and then the right side. Now, in order to save sort of resources a little bit, I needed to power each one of these by a gate by saying when it receives a signal of a pipe wire, send a redstone signal, which will power each engine individually. So I kind of have individual control. I'm just going to kind of separate it into 2 sections. But I wanted to use iron gates and iron and red wire just because that uses the least amount of resources. So some of the things I'm doing are basically switching over such that the final signal I send over here is going to be red. Okay, so let's just take the left side here. Now I don't, we're going to continue this all the way here and basically get a status of do these stills have work? If they have work, then send out a signal. Now I'm going to use gold AND gates here, and you'll see why in a moment. And I should also note that, see how this blue wire is lit? Well, you'll be able to see that it's lit in a minute. So if I put a blue wire, if I put blue wire here, this blue wire is not lit. It's kind of hard to tell the difference, but this is not a lit blue wire. They shouldn't cross. At least in theory, they shouldn't cross. I kind of wonder whether I should put diamond gates here, but you know what? Maybe I will. I think I'll be all right for putting the diamond gates there. That'll be fine. All right, so let me grab that. Let me just put diamond gates here. I know I'm trying to conserve resources, but whatever. I know the signals won't cross, but yeah, I'm a little anal. Okay, anyways, this will be better anyway. So what we have to do is actually say this red signal is indicating if there's space for fluid, then it's cool. So when this red signal is on and each of these have work, so that's going to be has work, that'll be true. That'll be true when there's a significant amount of biomass in here where it can actually start things. So it needs to have both of those things be true. The problem is I want an output of a red pipe signal. So that means that what I have to do is either switch out to like something like a gold gate over there or something like a diamond gate over there, or I have to switch over this signal, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to actually stick a, ooh, I need one more diamond gate. Give me a minute. Let me go up here and grab something. Yeah. Let's just grab one of these diamond AND gates. That's fine. Okay, so I need to do something weird. It's basically going to be... Alright, run this so we can swap wires. Oh, no, I can't do it that way. I have to do it up here. Yep, I have to do it up here. Okay, so I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to branch off this. It's going to be set to have a diamond gate on it. And then I'm going to run, I don't know, green pipe wire, something like that. I think green's fun. Green's a fun color, and I don't think I use much of green at all. Okay, so that means that when there is a, when there is a red pipe signal on, send out a green pipe signal. All right, so that basically just transfers it into a green pipe signal. And now these can be set to, come on, there we go, green pipe signal and has work. if both of these conditions is true, then I'm going to set a red pipe signal. All right. Okay, and so that means that this will only send a signal to request power when these stills have work and there's space for fluid in this tank, right? Because we don't want these powered when this is full. We want to stop production of ethanol. And then it'll back up, and yes, so all this will make sense. Okay, so that's that set. Now over here, this is already putting out a signal when this has work. It puts out a blue signal. I changed it to blue, by the way, just in case you're wondering. So we can, what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer this blue signal down to here, to this pipe gate junction. And I'm going to have a diamond. Oh, this should be an OR gate. I'm sorry. I need that OR gate over here. We're going to transfer this to be an AND gate. And what was it again? If I get a red signal on, then send it a green. Turn it into a green signal. Okay. This needs to be a diamond OR gate because any of these conditions can be true. We can supply these machines with a little extra power, and that's okay. And I will need... Oh, I actually do need another diamond gate. Yes. I need another diamond gate. No, I actually kind of don't. No, you know what? I can do this with a gold gate. Yeah, I can do this with a gold gate. I think I should be all right. So if I put a gold gate there and blue pipe wire, we can actually use the same pipe wire. Now, the blue pipe wire is on right now, but this can also put it on if this has work. Now notice how it doesn't have work now. It seems like it should because it has saplings and mulch, but remember, we also need liquid, so it actually doesn't have work. There's nothing to be done right now. It's waiting for liquid. Okay, but this is still going to request power because the signal of on is coming from this squeezer, which does have papayas, and that's all it needs for work. Okay, and this again is going to be essentially set up. Oh, you know what? I don't need that. I just need a gold gate now. No, I don't need a diamond gate the way I have it set up here. So this basically is going to save a signal of when there's a blue pipe signal, turn it into a red pipe signal. And what that's going to do is just, again, allow me to use iron gates here instead of gold. That's all. Okay, so it's requesting power from the right side, but we can't give it any because these have nothing to use. We can have them use some saplings initially, which is what I'll probably do. So let's go back here and do the last part about this. We're going to give them some saplings. Ooh, no, we can't. I thought we could. I thought we could actually give it some saplings. No, I can't. Darn, I have to only run it from biogas. Okay, well, that's, that's a little problematic. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, now we can supply power. So we're gonna supply some power here and get this thing producing. Okay, so we're supplying power. It should be on now. Yep, okay, so there it is. And producing juice. All right, wow, look at that go. All right, cool. And then this is now producing biomass. Cool. All right, so it's working. So we're gonna try to create some biomass so we can fill up our engines, and then our engines can supply power. There is a certain thing we need to know here first. Now, we're not going to be able to create any ethanol yet because the only way ethanol is going to get produced is through these engines right now. But biomass is being produced. Now, this is just really to set up... Oh, what is happening here exactly? Not entirely sure why that... okay, why are the... Hold on a second. Huh. Why are they coming out? That's weird. Why are those saplings getting kicked out? No. Are the saplings not allowed to get thrown in there when the... Huh. Okay, something odd is happening here, guys. Let's see if I can figure it out, but, okay. Why aren't the saplings going in? That's so bizarre. Now they are. Wait, did it actually have to do with having blocks there? Let's do that. Okay. That's highly suspicious. That's strange. Okay. The other odd thing is I can't actually put saplings. Oh. I have a mixture of saplings here. Oh, some of them are from different blue mahos. Oh, okay. It's a mixture of the initial blue maho saplings that I have and the new ones. Oh, okay. And they don't stack. Okay, well that makes sense. All right. So anyway, so we're making some biomass. We have a good amount, at least. We have. Okay, we don't have much inside here. Okay, we don't have much at all inside here. It's strange. This one's just not getting much at all. I don't know why. That's weird. Huh. Strange. Strange. Very strange. Okay. But anyway, so we're gathering some biomass here. I'll let this run a little bit, and then I'll be right back, though. Okay, guys, well, one last thing to do before we are actually done with our ethanol fuel production, and that is set up the engines to start to run. Now, as you notice, the engines, they are not running, but they're being requested for power. Oh, one final small thing. We had this set up to with a blue line to indicate when it has work. I switched it back to a green signal, and the reason why I did that is because I needed this signal, this blue signal, tied in specifically with the squeezer, because don't forget the blue signal is also going here and indicating when to send papayas. So that means I could have work here and never send any more papayas. So yeah. Anyway. So these biomass engines, or biogas engines, I should say, are ready to go, but they have biomass, and yet they're not running. And the reason why, they're supplied with redstone power as well, but they're not running. And the reason why is because, well, it's just how biomass engines work. They need to heat up first. They can't heat up on their own. They need a little boost. That's why I have these lava buckets here. Every time a biogas engine starts up, it uses a little bit of the lava. Now, you can run these on water, actually, and it'll use lava continuously. But if you run them on biomass, or like juice and honey, I think you can run them on. If you run them on biomass or something bio-origin, they'll use a little bit of lava every time they start up. So they will use lava, and they will start up and do their thing, but they'll start using it a little bit, too. So because of that, we are actually going to be going back here and supplying the lava to these biogas engines, at least kind of a little bit. You know, we don't need to supply a lot. It's just a little bit. So we're going to have a magma crucible back here running off some power. So the magma crucible is gathering power. Yeah. I will set it up so that it receives things to crucible-ize on the bottom, and the output's on the top, and then I'm just gonna... do I have the pipes? Come on. Yes, I do. Great. Great. Okay, and we're just gonna put this stuff in the back, and yep, just run it right here. Okay, so it'll put lava output here, it'll split it, and these engines will get lava. But in order to make lava, we're actually going to make it with cobblestone. It's not as efficient, so if you go to the recipes here, cobblestone uses a lot of power to make a bucket of lava, but it works, so it just uses a lot of power to do so, versus netherrack, which is much more efficient, uses half the power to do it. So yeah, it works, but that's okay. And then we'll use an igneous extruder right here. It will output on the top, and we're just going to have it make cobblestone, but we need to give it a bucket of water and a bucket of lava, and I believe it's just right-click. Okay, and now it's making it. And this guy's making it, and he'll start making some lava, so that's great. All right, so this will automatically start and stop as it needs to do, because that's what the thermal expansion things do. And I could just wait for this lava to go into these engines, but I could just start them myself. And I think that's what I'm gonna do, because we're pretty much out of time here, I think. So let me go ahead and start these myself. I think I can just right-click on them, and they should, yeah. Oh, see, it's using some lava. So it starts out with 1,000, and used, I don't know, do the math. So it used some to start. So that's applying a tiny bit of power to generate a little bitty bit of ethanol, real quick. All right, so that's cool. Let's make these things. Let's make these things start up. Some of them are starting up from the lava production from the magma crucible. Cool. So that's cool. All right. So this is working great. All right. A little bit for you. Yeah. Everybody gets some lava. All right. And everybody gets a little bit of lava. Everybody gets some lava. Come on. There you go. Everybody gets. And you know what? I have 2 more buckets. They're gonna be for you guys. That guy and that guy. Because they need some lava too. Oh, they need more biomass too. So pretty cool. All right, so we're generating power. We actually are. These guys are not generating power, and I don't know why. I think it's because they don't have enough biomass, honestly. I think that's actually it. Yeah, there's probably not enough to actually generate power. But that's okay. They're going to generate more biomass when we generate more biomass. I could actually put a system where I just give power here until this is full over here, but yeah, don't worry about it. It's good enough to split it 50-50. That's perfectly good. And as you see, we're actually starting to back up some biomass. So in the end, we are going to generate ethanol. Once this gets full, it will automatically stop the production of more ethanol and stop the pulling out of more ethanol. And then it will back up biomass into this tank. Once that's full, it won't have this run anymore. Oh, that's right. It will have this run anymore. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we actually need 1 more gate. And I need this to be a diamond AND gate. We're going to set up 1 more piece of logic. So, oh, this is cool. Hey, look at that. Papayas are being asked for again. Nice. That's really cool. And it's yeah, the papaya production is very much keeping up in pace with everything else, which is good to know as well. Yeah, hold on. I'll be right back while I do some things. I'm going to let this run a little bit, and I'll be right back. Oh, and the other thing is biogas engines cannot explode. So that's actually why I also use them. We don't have to cool them at all. They cannot explode. That's what I'm told. That's what I'm told by the wiki, so I will believe it. All right. See you in a bit. All right. Well, this guy is going quite nicely now. Ooh, yeah. We are producing quite a lot of ethanol now, and I've added a few things and sort of fixed a few bugs I noticed along the way. Just to kind of give you a little snapshot, I had to add a item return pipe, unfortunately, because I was having a problem of getting too many papayas in the squeezer. Because remember, it's asking for papayas when there's no work. There can be no work when this is full, and it can't do anything, then there's no work. So if this is full, even though there's items here, if this is full, there's no work. So it was asking for more items when it couldn't produce any more juice. So that was a problem. So I had to change that. And basically what I also added was a gate here indicating if there's space for fluid only. As long as there's space for fluid, then put out a red pipe signal. That I added that gate, and I also added this gate, which is kind of doing the same thing. If there's space for fluid, a blue pipe signal. And what they're doing is essentially working, this first one works with this gate up here to indicate that, recall that it's sending out a blue pipe signal when the squeezer wants power and it's ready to do work. That should only be the case if it can do work and if there's space for fluid. By the same token, this guy right here is putting out a green signal only when the fermenter has work and has a place to put it. So if this is full, even though this might have work, both of these won't be true, and therefore it won't be asking for power. So that's a good thing, because we don't want to ask for power when we can't use it. The other thing to note is that, yeah, now this is putting out items, so it's actually set to do them slowly again. So when it doesn't have a request for power, meaning it can't do work, or the tank is full. That's the problem. I can't differentiate between that. And then pipe empty, as well as the space for items. So yeah, a lot of that has to be true. Yeah. So in order for things to happen, but they are, and they're happening right now. Part of the problem is I cannot actually detect papayas in here. There's just no way to do it that I can find. All the standard item gate requesting things don't work. So oh well. Anyway, that's that, guys. It's time to make ethanol, and we did, and we're actually really quickly filling up that tank. So that's great. This is working quite well, and we'll check in a little later, maybe in another later episode, to see how this is going. But yeah, this is fully automated ethanol production using Buildcraft, Forestry, and a little bit of thermal expansion as well. Okay, guys, it's completely self-sufficient, which is nice. Alright guys, well this is fun, and thanks for watching again. It's a little longer than I thought, but that's okay. And anyway, I will see you again in the next episode. Alright guys, take care. Bye-bye now.